Since the international community introduced the concept of sustainable development at the Earth Summit in Brazil in 1992, man has become perceived as the maker of development as well as its main target. As women represent half of the human resources that would implement economic and social programs, there has been an increasing need for engaging women in development schemes, particularly in Arab countries. Consequently, the marginalization of the role of women in the course of development hinders sustainable development. In September 2015, world leaders ratified the Sustainable Development Agenda 2030, which set 17 various goals. The UN Secretary-General then declared that such goals form the plan for a better future and that no one should be left behind. The Arab Women Organization rapidly responded by holding the first regional and international conference in November 2015 that discussed the Sustainable Development Goals from a gender perspective and developed a gender-based indicator framework to monitor the progress of achieving SDGs in the Arab region. The major outcome of the conference is a platform for action to implement the Sustainable Development Goals 2030 for women in the Arab region, which is based on 8 main elements of action, summarize the most important steps which must be taken in order to operationalize the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development in the Arab context, guaranteeing that no woman or girl is left behind. This involves a number of commitments to be shouldered by the AWO as follows: establishing a high-level SDG regional capacity and technical support mechanism, convening an annual forum to review progress on the implementation of this Agenda 2030 for women in the Arab region, establishing a SDGs-specific gender equality and women's empowerment expert and academic group, establishing through the AWO a regional center of excellence for training on gender-responsive budgeting.
المرأة موجودة في كل مجال، يا إما مشاركة وغير معترف بمشاركتها وإنتاجها، يا إما متضررة ولا أحد يقيس هذا الضرر. فإذا الأجندة الجديدة ستقنع صاحب القرار بأن المرأة جزء لا يتجزأ من 17 مجال.
Women affect and are affected by all developmental goals, as women represent more than 60% of the illiterate population all over the world. Indicators uncover that a rise in the rate of girls' enrollment at schools by 10% would be reflected in the growth of GDP by 3%. While women waste 6 hours daily in order to obtain water, the availability of the suitable utilities shall turn the lives of 1.25 billion women into a healthier and safer status, where the shortage in clean water adds to the burdens taken up by women and results in health problems, extra time and physical efforts. This leads to less education and employment chances offered to women. In the developing nations, women represent 43% of the agricultural labor force. They produce and manufacture much of the available foodstuff. Hence, women there are held responsible for food security. Statistics indicate that narrowing the gender labor gap in the agricultural sector shall help save 100 million humans from starvation. The families where women possess the land have children who suffer less malnutrition and enjoy better budgets for education. Women are major consumers of energy. Unless modern energy resources become available, women shall waste many hours for obtaining the fuel required for heating and other purposes at home. women register much higher death tolls than men in case of natural disasters. Casualties among women make 14 times those among men. Lack of the basic humane infrastructures that could fulfill women's needs have negative impacts over women and poses direct threats to family stability. Notably, the displaced women and the refugees suffer double burdens. Despite the essential role played by women in the development processes, more than 1.3 billion women still do not have bank accounts at any official financial institutions. The average representation of women in parliaments makes less than 22% up to date. As of 1990 to 2011, the level of women participation in peace talks does not exceed 9%. In conclusion, the Arab woman is not only essential to the process of sustainable development, but we can say that sustainable development shall be endangered if women are not fully empowered in the Arab region. Hence, we have to join hands with all other national, regional, and international partners so that we can secure Arab women positive and conductive interventions and help guarantee enough allocations and investments for women empowerment. This shall be pursued in light of perceiving women as the key for sustainable development goals.